Welcome to Aired Out, brought to you by Capital Showplace Montpelier and Paramount Theater Barrie. At FGBtheaters.com, CW Print and Design in Barrie, at CWPrintDesign.com, Peak Entertainment, PeakDJ.com, Cruise Planners, your land and cruise experts. In Vermont, CruisePlanners.com, Donnybrook Fight Promotions of Williamstown, CBDCrave.com. Presented by CVTV, Public Access Channel 192 and 194, CVTV723.org, Fontaine Forestry and Millworks, Route 14 East Montpelier. Custom orders, rough, kiln dry, plain, tongue and groove, or shiplap. FontaineMillworks.com and Fly on the Wall Productions. Now, let's get aired out.
All right, I will say this. I will begin tonight by saying that it is Wednesday. I do have the day right. I know that it's Wednesday. It's the 18th of September. Hi, everybody. I'm J.D. Green, and you've got yourself aired out here on this incredible evening. We have nothing but blue sky and some nice mild temperatures coming here over the next few days. Got a great show for you tonight. It's presented by Gauthier's Quality Grounds and Maintenance of Orange. It is not just a job, it's a passion. Residential and commercial, fully insured. Moving Man in VT at yahoo.com, 439-9347. That's Jason Gauthier we're talking about. Great guy. Project Independence, my new presenting sponsor, which I am very excited about. We got some big things cooking with those folks. They'll be in here real soon to talk about it. Active Adult Day Health Services right here in the heart of Barrie, North Main Street, and operated in partnership with Gifford Retirement Communities, pibarrie.org to learn more on what you might be missing. Fontaine Forestry and Millworks of East Montpelier, custom orders, rough cut, planed, tongue and groove, shiplap. You see this desk here in front of us? It's what they made for me. Route 14, just below Bragg Farm. And Fly on the Wall Productions and CVTV, your local cable channel 192 and 194 at cvtv723.org. Supporting sponsors, of course, as always, Peak Entertainment at peakdj.com, Donnybrook Fight Promotions, who is everywhere on social media, and DonnybrookFP.com. Rex Thompson's going to be back on the show soon talking about the next big fight coming to the Barrie Auditorium. FGB Theaters, Capital Showplace Montpelier, Paramount Theater in Barrie, home of the FGB movie card and the $5 ticket Tuesdays. FGBtheaters.com. We're going to be there live tomorrow night. No, Friday night. See, I told you I always get my days wrong. Friday night for Downton Abbey. It's going to be a great time. Come on out to the theaters with us Friday evening. And CW Print and Design in Barrie, cwprintdesign.com. We love them over there. The ladies are incredible. Cruise Planners right here in Central Vermont, land or sea. They do it right. Vacations designed with that personal touch that you deserve. Yourvoyageplanner.com and on Facebook. Donna Sherman, by the way, is on the calendar. She's going to be coming on the show very, very soon. Now, bicyclist Lance Armstrong on the birthday list today at 48 years old. 1927. On September 18th, the Columbia Phonograph Broadcasting Company debuted with a network of 16 radio stations. And, of course, that company later became known as CBS. So they're celebrating a little anniversary today. Man, I'll tell you what. If you see the paper today, one of the things that jumped right out at me in today's Times Argus, and I'll show you because I know you're not going to believe me, dog and mooner acting aggressively. Says it right there, boys. We have a male that was yelling and pulling down his pants at City Hall Park. Mooner. Dogs barking and acting aggressively on North Main Street. So there it is. Dog and mooner acting aggressively. Wow. The other part of the paper, the sports page, is the star-studded lineup for the Milk Bowl. Things are really, really heating up at Thunder Road. That track is just on fire. And I've got a Thunder Road Burnett scrap metal warrior with me tonight and an Allen Lumber street stock driver. Welcome, boys. Welcome.
Thank you.
So happy to have you in here. Kyle Shippen. Do people say that? Do they actually say that?
No,
I was the first?
They actually do Chapin.
Chapin.
Yep, Chapin.
So it's not Chapin.
No, it is Chapin, but everyone says Chapin.
All right. So you have to go with it.
I go with it.
Now, you're the driver of the number 27.
I am.
And you are, I understand, going to be shifting gears a little bit for next season, maybe, right?
That's my plan. Do something a little bit different. Maybe it'll be better. Maybe it won't. We'll see.
We got a lot to get to. The boy next to me is Rolls-Royce Lucier. How many people call you that?
Not many.
Yes. So there are some then.
Yeah, probably you. More like Lucier's Lightning, but
yeah, they
when
call
it can
you
be.
they call you Lightning.
Yeah.
Lightning.
Yeah.
And
They
you're
call
the-
me the Hurricane.
You're the hurricane right on the arm there. Show the
Yeah.
camera that again.
Yeah.
There we go.
There.
We go. And you're the driver of the 95 Street Stock.
That's right.
How's the season been for you?
Rough. Been rough. Been totaled a couple times. Been carried out in an ambulance. I'll be back for the Milk Bowl. Lightning's sitting in the garage, ready to rock and roll. It's been a fun season, but I've been getting schooled. We'll just say that.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely a learning curve. Every race seems to be, you learn something, forget something else, and learn something else. It's
Still.
and
And
this is my second season.
I was just going to ask you that.
You know, my second season, and I'm still trying to find the speed out of that Saturn I'm driving. But I got news for it. Next year, it's going to be a Mustang, not a Saturn.
Really?
So Lightning's going to take a change.
Now, are you just making this official now, or do you?
No, I got 3 Mustangs in the yard and enough parts to build one. So yeah, it's definitely happening.
Now, how old are you?
I'm 46.
All right.
Yeah.
So when you crawl out of that car after you've been banged up and dinged up a little bit and after trading some paint, I would imagine you're getting out of the car a little slower.
Only when I get hit head on and then drove into the wall, I get out of the car pretty slow then. But usually the adrenaline's pumping so hard, and I'm either excited because I did halfway decent, or I'm upset because I sucked.
Yeah.
And the adrenaline's usually pumping pretty good, so I usually get right out of the car pretty quick.
Wow. Wow.
Still, and I got my door set up so I can actually get in and out of the car a lot easier than some.
So what's the worst crash of the season so far for you? What happened?
A couple weeks ago, I got Tommy Campbell dumped me as far as I'm concerned, and he spun me around, and then Eric McLaughlin hit me head on. I'm pretty sure he turned right into me. Maybe he didn't, but that's the way it looks on the video. And he hit me head on, full speed ahead, and after he hit me head on, because I was pointed the wrong way in the track, it drove me right into the turn 4 wall, and hurt me pretty good. I couldn't race the following week, and I haven't been back for a couple of weeks, honestly, because I want to make sure my back's not messed up and stuff. And
Have you had it checked out?
yeah, they hauled me off in the ambulance that night, and I had a CAT scan done and whatnot. Everything's good, but my pride a little bit.
Yeah.
But like I said, we'll be back Milk Bowl weekend. I'll be there Saturday and Sunday if I can keep the car together through Saturday.
Now, who's turning your wrenches? Who's doing all the fine tuning?
Well, that's me. One-man show for the most part.
Ouch.
Yeah. Build the car, fix the car, pay for the car. Thankfully, I have some sponsors, some pretty decent sponsors. One of them being Morse Block Deli in Barrie here. Stefano Capallo, he's an amazing dude. Makes some amazing food.
That's a huge understatement, my man.
God, he makes some amazing food. So he says he's going to be back with us next year, so I'm hoping and praying to God he is. And then I've got Rob Leclerc. He it used to be Worcester Outback in Waterbury. And now it's past and present auto cars or something of that nature. But he's been a huge help to me as well. Kyle Chapin over here, he helped me out too. He bought me a whole parts car at the beginning of the season. That's what we're running this year for a body on Lightning.
Really?
Yep.
Yep. And and then I got JD Roofing out of Washington, Vermont. Jeremy Jacobs, he's a hell of a good guy. He threw me some money too at the beginning of the year. And I tell you, without all the help, I don't know if I could honestly be there.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of my time and energy, and it takes money.
It takes a
Lots
lot
of
of
money.
And that's one of the key takeaways that we've had from shows here on the podcast with Thunder Road drivers is that it takes a lot of money, a lot of heart, a lot of time, a lot of patience, and a lot of support, not only from your sponsors, but from your family, your friends. You got to have everybody on your side.
Oh yeah.
This is not a one-man band
It's
type
not.
thing.
It's hard.
It's hard on the family. We'll that's an understatement.
Now, was your wife there watching you getting carted away in the ambulance?
No, my wife doesn't care for my racing much at all. She's kind of hates it. I'm sorry for her. I love her, but it's my passion.
So what the and Kyle, we're going to get to you in a second here, but I want to know. So at 46, did you just wake up some morning after having a couple of beers from the night before and say, I think I want to get into stock car racing?
No, I asked my wife if I could, and she made the mistake of saying yes. At least now she considers it a mistake. And I've been gung ho, both feet in ever since. And I probably ain't gonna pull my feet out until I'm dead and gone, because it's what I love to do. And my little guy over there behind the camera there, Merrick, he's 6 years old and a Lightning McQueen lover, and that was where I came up with the idea.
Really?
I came up. I went and got my ACT license and asked if I could have number 95, and we got number 95 handed to us. So that's where it started. We built Lightning McQueen.
How many kids do you have?
I have 3 kids. I have Merrick, who's 6, my daughter Denver, who's 21, and my son Shane, who's just turned 15 in August.
Wow.
And my grandbaby Aubrey, she's my baby girl. She's 5. April.
Wow.
So.
My God.
Yeah.
Kudos to you, brother. You got your hands full.
Yeah.
So Merrick comes to all the races?
He come to quite a few. My sister Jenny, used to go to them, and the wife's brought him a few times, and I try to get him to go as much as I can, but it's hard. He can't go in the pits with me and stuff, so it makes it a little difficult.
Yeah.
And he gets tired of sitting there all night waiting for Daddy to get out there and race too.
Right.
Of course he's still young, but we got him a go-kart we're putting together. So next year to be watching him race on Wednesday night and watching me race on Thursday night. So.
Well, if it's any consolation, and let's tell the folks that run Thunder Road over there, if it's any consolation, he's here in a TV studio. He's being very well behaved. He's not running around. I mean, I think we should let it slide and let him in the pits. Why not?
Yeah, I would love to have my boy in there.
For sure.
He's a good boy for sure. He would stay out of trouble and he'd help. He loves anything to do with tires, so he'd be my tire guy.
He'll be turning some wrenches soon enough, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, can't keep tires out of his hands at the shop at home. So
are you going to be staying with the street stocks for a little while? Are you comfortable there?
Yeah, I'm still learning. I still got a lot to learn, and I'm going from a front-wheel drive to a rear-wheel drive next season. So I'm thinking I'll run the rear-wheel drive for a couple seasons and then probably migrate to a Tiger car if I can get the sponsors and get it all put together and whatnot. Yeah. Like I said, the sponsors are huge. I mean, without it, it's
impossible.
It's pretty much impossible.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a good job, but my wife don't like seeing me spend the money like that.
Yeah.
So.
I'm sure. So, Kyle, where do we begin with you, man? What's your story? So you've been doing this for how long? First of all, how old are you?
I am 26. Just turned 26
You're
on
just
the
a
11th.
little youngin'.
I'm young.
So what's your story, man?
Well, I was 11 years ago. I was just a freshman in high school, and I
Up
grew
in
up.
Hardwick, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
up in Hardwick. My dad knew this guy. He actually had cancer. I started helping him, and that was Super Joe Fecto, and everyone knows.
Super Joe Fecto.
That's
Everybody.
That's where it started.
Really?
Yep.
True legend for sure.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt. I can still hear Dave Moody right now screaming Super Joe Fecto. I think all of us can.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But that's where it started,
Yeah.
and went on from there.
So what did you do? What did you do? I mean, what were you just?
So Thunder Road made a rule that you couldn't get into the pits until 16. They just changed it now. Now it's 14. But I had to wait for. I used to go to a shop and help him on his car there until I turned 16, and then I went and started going in the pits. And from there on, it grew with me.
Yeah.
It's something I couldn't get out of. You know, I helped him for 5 seasons.
Isn't that something? I always wonder, being a young kid, stepping into the pits for the first time and seeing what it's like behind the scenes, backstage. If you ever go, holy crap, this is I'm just way intimidated. This is too much, too fast, too loud. Did you ever get that feeling as a little kid?
There was a lot of adrenaline. I mean, going in the pits it's definitely scary. You know, things can happen.
Sure.
Used to flying tires coming through the pits, you know, everyone yelling, watch out, tire, you know, stuff like that. Cars moving constantly, late model
Royce throwing wrenches.
Royce throwing wrenches, oh yeah.
Kicking over gas cans.
I wouldn't say that, but
it can get very intense.
Oh yeah, it can. It seems like almost, besides the Warriors, and you know, as Sean and Eric said, you know, we're all friends in the Warriors.
Yeah.
But when you take a step up, you go to the next division. You know, streets is points. It's you know, you're there to race, and I think with every division, it's very competitive. You know, you walk through the pits, you have friends until you're out on the track, and then it's game on. You know,
isn't that interesting? Even with this fella next to you, it's game on with him.
Lately, because he's competitive now. You know, we figured the car out now, so he's better.
It's as best as it's going to get, I think, but I don't think it can get any better besides changing the car. So
are you gonna be you're going to street stocks?
My plan is to go to street stocks next year. I'm gonna build a Dodge Neon, a car that I'm familiar with.
We're trying to talk him into
just move closer.
We're trying to talk him into doing Jackson Storm, but we haven't got that decided.
Really?
Yeah.
Number 20 would be nice in a black car. But
we'll see.
I'm sure Brantley would be excited if it was.
And
Brantley would.
Can you swing the? Are you nervous about swinging the finances to?
I'm nervous about the finances, but I think after my year this year with the Warriors, I think I know what it's going to take to be a street stock driver.
How was your season?
My season? Well, we'll say I've only ran 2 full races, if that.
Okay. What happened?
Well, I built a Mazda. Everyone said I made a mistake right from the get-go.
Curse right from the start.
Yeah.
Really, Royce?
Seems that way. I mean, that car, every time we get to the track, that thing had a problem. It wouldn't start, or he's losing CV joints, or he hits the wall, or somebody hits him, or, oh, my God. It just seemed like that thing was plagued with not wanting to be there. So hopefully next year the Neon or whatever it is he gets is a little more friendly.
Wow. So you've had a couple of bangs.
Yeah, my last one was the night that he actually got wrecked. He left in an ambulance, and I told everyone in the pits, I said, I don't even know if I want to go out on the track. I had it, and I just knew something was going to happen, and lap 5, the car decided it wanted to blow up and caught on fire.
He black flagged himself and put it in the infield.
Yep, that's what Aaron Maynard said.
That was funny.
Wow.
Big ball of flames. Unreal.
Oh, yeah.
Just unreal.
And you got out. Did they yank you out? Or?
No, I got out of myself. Actually, Garrett was the first person over there in the safety crew. He's a good friend of mine, and he's the first one over there, and he's like, you all right? And I'm like, I'm good. Let it burn.
Yeah.
I was at that point. I said, you know what? It's done from here on.
Wow. So what'd you do? Grab a cold beer and head up to the hospital to see Royce?
No, I actually went in the pits and
he brought my car home for me.
I
God.
brought my car in the pits and left it in the corner, and Hayden's dad, Hayden Pierce, who just won, kudos to him for his win the other night.
What a race.
Awesome job.
I've been waiting all year for him to win. But his dad brought my car down to the units, and I brought Royce's car home and went home and went to bed.
And that's it.
There's not much more you can do.
So safe to say. So you're not going to be running tomorrow night.
Nope.
Yeah. Wow. So that kind of sucks.
That would be Sunday night.
Sunday
Or
night.
Sunday.
It stinks, but at the same time, throughout the year, all the things I fixed, the money I spent, my sponsors' money, just everything.
Frustrating.
It's frustrating. It comes to a point when you say, you know what, it's a couple more races, you can wait. We'll wait until next year.
Right.
So I just decided, it's time to settle it out and end it.
But you feel you're ready for the street stocks.
I think as far as driving and the ability, I can do it. Street stocks is a whole nother ball game.
They put 15-year-old kids in cars in street stocks for the first time around
Yeah.
the track, so I guess
Yeah.
at least he's got a driver's license.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. And I've met a couple of them. It's amazing to me.
Some
to
of them are
see-
really good drivers, some
really
of them not so
talented.
much.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever get anywhere else and run the car anywhere?
I haven't ran the car anywhere else this year. A couple years ago, the year before Joe passed away, I ended up running his car.
Yeah.
I ran that 2 races in a row and didn't have a whole lot of success, but that was in the street stocks then.
Yeah.
So I've had a little taste of it. It was a couple years ago, so I think
So-
I'll do all right.
So you have a family.
I have a family.
Tell me about the family.
My daughter's 5. Her name's Chloe, and my son Brantley's 6. Yeah.
I don't know how you do it, man. I got one who's 4, and that is plenty. Especially the fact that she's a little blonde-headed Tasmanian devil. But I'm sure you're used to that.
Yeah, my daughter's blonde hair, blue eyes.
Crazy.
She's nuts.
Just
She's nuts. She's crazy. She'll admit it too.
So, do they come out to the races? To
They
watch it?
haven't been to the races this season. Between work schedules and just I would get out of work at 2:30 and go right to the track.
Yeah.
So their mother ended up watching them. But hopefully next year they'll be
Yeah.
a little different.
Did you get a chance to see Chubby Rambo and Pork on the show here?
Oh yeah, I watched them. I watched the show. That's
Some
for sure.
crazy old boys right there.
Oh yeah.
But one of the things that they speak well of is the camaraderie that you have in your division. Is you guys are a tight knit bunch of drivers.
Oh yeah, the Warriors are definitely. I mean, I hate to say it, but hands down the best division there. I honestly, everyone's friends. We
Yeah,
have a
that's-
group chat together.
Yeah.
I was recently kicked off because I'm a street stocker now, but
Oh, did they boot you off?
Jeez, you haven't got
Yeah.
a car built yet.
they booted me.
But you get along with these guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sean's a good friend of mine. He's taught big to me. He tells me never give up. He's one of the ones all season between him and Royce and my friend Edward and Michaela, who race over at Speedway 51.
Yeah.
Paco.
Paco's coming in here, man.
Yep.
Coming in soon.
Yep.
Can't wait.
The only one that can follow your dream is you, bud.
Yeah.
That's right.
Now, have you ever been part of Sean's pit crew? His Bush pit crew.
He always talks about Bush all the time.
Yeah. Have you ever helped him out with that at all?
Not really, no. I don't get into drinking too much. So,
Good for you.
yeah, I kind of stay out of that once in a while.
He swears by it, man.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, he says that they're the most dedicated bunch of cans that are just
Oh,
always ready to
goodness.
help.
I almost wonder if he puts it in his gas every week.
Didn't somebody say that they offered him 1,100 Bush beers for his car?
I think so.
I think I read
Yeah.
that somewhere on Facebook.
Yeah.
Goodness, I'm surprised he didn't take it.
So does your wife? How does she feel about you racing
My girlfriend,
or girlfriend?
up and down
Yeah.
moments. Sometimes she likes it, sometimes not. It's time. It's a lot time consuming. It's unreal.
Oh yeah. You always have to be in there tightening things and getting your car tuned up.
Warrior is a little different, but a street stock is definitely, it's time consuming. I'm used to it, I used to crew on one, so
Yeah, well, when you have your own to keep up with, then let me know how you think, because I'm here to tell you there's a lot more involved than a Warrior car. It's always about the setup, changing it, trying different stuff, and not everybody has the right idea. Some people, everybody's car is different, so one setup might work for one car or even 3 cars out there, but that setup won't work on the other 3 cars. And
Yeah, right.
people aren't always honest about their setup either. A lot of people want to point you in the wrong direction, so you go the right direction as far as they're concerned back.
Yeah.
And that's it makes it tough. You got to kind of weed through the crap and work on your own setups and try your own stuff and have your own failures basically, and then you learn from that. And that's been my biggest experience, is just try stuff, even if it sounds off the wall crazy. Just try it, because you just don't know until you try. Man, I've done some stuff to my car this year that I would have never dreamed of doing. But
Like what? Like what?
Just
The hell you have
tire stagger, different tire stagger, different tire order, different springs. I don't want to get myself in trouble or get DQ before the Milk Bowl, but there's just things. You see a lot of people lifting their tire on left rear tire going around the track. Well, my left rear tire lifts now too, but for a different reason than everybody else's. But so anyways, I picked up 0.2 of a second by what I did. So as far as I'm concerned, it's a gain.
Yeah.
My car's a 15.4 car. It's not a 15-second car. I mean, I've tried everything and tried everybody's ideas, and maybe I'm just missing something. Maybe I'm just plainly missing something. I don't know. But I've certainly given it a college try. And
Yes, you have. Sounds like it.
so next year it's going to be a Mustang. I'll be back to school again.
Yeah.
And rear-wheel drive, though, I love rear-wheel drives. I've had so much fun in rear-wheel drive cars growing up. I think I'll be better in the Mustang, but time will tell.
So you do realize that your phone's probably going to be blowing up big time from this feller sitting next to you.
Yeah, he's got the Neon setup pretty good, though. The question is whether or not he can drive it like that, because his Neon setup is we tried it in my Saturn, and if you can drive it like that, man,
Really?
it's scary. It's scary loose, and they say loose is fast, but it's kind of like loose is fast, but you also don't want to get dumped just when somebody just barely touches you, and that's generally what happens when you drive that car that loose. But
Sure.
But we've all seen Tibbetts go around the track and looser than a goose, and man, he goes around it and gets it done. So it takes some big kahunas to hang on to a car like that. That's all I can say.
Now, Royce, do you have any enemies at the track?
Oh, I'm sure everybody has enemies. I try not to have any. I'm running Lightning McQueen, but people have their stories. You can drive, you can't drive, you're an idiot, and this, that, and the other thing, and there's all kinds of drama. But
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned, I stay in my lane best I can, and if I get into you, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Right.
I mean, I've made mistakes too. I'm out there driving a car and trying to get up front just like everybody else, and sometimes things happen. And they don't work out for you, and sometimes they do work out for you. But
Yeah.
it's there's a couple guys out there that probably could care less if I'm there or not.
Interesting. But we're going to make it all the way to the end, to the milk pool.
Yeah, my car's sitting there ready to rock and roll. I got to change a right front tire, and I'll be there Saturday morning for the weekend of the Milk Bowl. And if I can get through Saturday, my car's held together with some zippy ties and paper clips and all kinds of good stuff. But if I can get through Saturday, Sunday, it's going to be a show.
Good.
So I can't wait.
I
I'm
can't
excited.
believe it's been 57 years. I mean, that's just remarkable.
It is
And
absolutely amazing.
The fans are going to be turning out in droves. Hopefully, the weather's going to cooperate, and we'll get it in. Who do you think's going to kiss the cow? Both of you can answer that one.
I think Nick Sweet.
Really?
Nick Sweet again. If he runs it, I think he's got another chance.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's him or the governor if the governor runs. So we'll see.
Has he had a decent season, Gov?
He's had a so-so season, up and down. The slut races that he has run.
Yeah. There was a little question of whether or not he was couldn't get behind the wheel this year. Didn't want to make any distractions up there at the track.
Oh, he's been up there, and he's done fairly good for, not being there every week.
Right. Right.
If I had his money, I'd probably be fairly good too.
So we have Jason Corliss from the Granite City here leading the King of the Road battle coming into Barrie Granite Championship Day. Scott Milton right in there as well in contention.
I'm thinking
guys
it's
are-
Corliss the whole way, to be honest with you.
Really?
The guy is unreal fast.
I think Corliss has got it. I've watched Corliss since he was in Street Stocks. He's come a long ways.
Wow. How'd you do for double points? How'd you do that night?
I think I did pretty
That
good.
wasn't the night you were in the hospital, was it?
No.
All right.
I got, what did I do that night?
I don't remember. Top 10, I know that.
I think I got
It was a
top 10 that night.
I think it was 10th.
Yeah, I did, is that the night I won the heat race?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, that was the night you won the heat
Yeah,
race.
if it was the night I won the
Yeah.
heat race, I got 13th in the double points, and then the next week I got second in the heat race, and I got 6th in the feature. Then that third race is where they hauled me off in the ambulance, and I haven't been back since. So the last week I ran up there, I did pretty darn good, I think, for being the only Saturn out there for the last 2 years.
So what do we have? A 30 lapper for you guys coming up?
30 laps Sunday they run, yeah.
Yep. I wish I could be there, but I got to work.
Wow.
I'll be there to watch.
Yeah, bummer. If it was Saturday, I'd be there, but it's Sunday.
Can you call in sick?
Not if I want to be there for the Milk Bowl the following weekend. I thought about it. Trust me. I could probably use a vacation day if I planned it out a month ago, but I
Boy,
didn't realize.
the High Banks have had some fantastic weather this summer. It's just been
Yeah.
great up there. Huge crowds turning up.
It ended good. The beginning of it was crap.
Yeah.
I mean, I got rained
Yeah.
out 3 races in a row.
Started
and
out
I was
like
just
that.
going nuts. I'm like, come on! I want to run my car. I didn't build this car to sit in a shop.
Right.
And then here I am. I work Friday, so when it rains out Thursday, I'm boned. Simple as that.
I wanted to ask you guys, just because I haven't heard or seen much on Facebook, not that it's not on there, I just haven't seen it. Do we know how these crew members are doing that were hit by the car?
Dean was just at the track the other day. He
Did he get a nice welcome?
Yeah, he did. He did his speech, and
What'd he
he's
say?
doing well.
What did he say?
He said the first thing he said, well, I didn't get him to say the first thing, but he said what him and Jonathan thought when they found out that they canceled the race. They basically said it. He said it was bullshit. I'll
Yeah.
say it just like that because that's how he said it.
Yeah.
They should have finished the race, but out of respect for them, they chose not to. And you know what? They didn't have a full crew there with those guys gone. So how are they going to finish the race properly? I mean, it is what it is. I'm just glad they're okay, man. There's definitely a good Lord up there looking down over those boys because,
No doubt.
my God, I've been friends
Yeah.
with Dean's brother, Jim Tuna Gallison, since I was my little guy's age, 6 years old. He used to work for my dad, and we were talking back and forth on Facebook, and he's like, he let me know right off before anybody else that he was going to be okay, and that they let him go home, and he was going to have to come back and have his legs set.
If a family member of yours that was hit as a regular, pedestrian out on Main Street, and the shutter just so happened to go off at the right time, would you have posted it then? Good point for Moody, but at the same time, that it's also news. Like you said, news is news. But maybe if you're living in Detroit or New York City or somewhere, but we're all big family. At least we're trying to be.
It makes it
We
hard.
all know everybody.
Makes it hard. You can't close your eyes. You can't unsee things. Like I said, some things are better off said, not seen.
Sure.
But then on the other hand, you can't pick and choose what the news is. It's
Right.
it is what it is, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, and if they continue to keep putting their how do you put it, their opinion of the situation into the broadcast or the news feed or the newspaper or whatever, it's going to be the way another person sees it, not necessarily the way things are. Like I said, I'm just glad that they're both okay. News is going to be news, no matter who likes it and who don't. There's always going to be somebody there with a camera.
Sure.
I mean, that's the day and age we're in. And I'm, like I said, I'm thankful that everybody survived. I went probably 45 minutes at work, just dumbfounded, and was just like, "What is is everybody going to be okay?
Yeah.
Did somebody die? It was pretty intense for a while.
Sure was.
Definitely is tense when you're not there.
Yeah.
Not knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
So Steve just basically he just jumped the wall.
The way I understand it is he got pushed into the wall. The Widowmaker's right there, turn one. So 3 cars wide into turn one is never a good outcome. At least I haven't seen it. Ask the farmer. He's been there, 3 times this year?
Yeah.
He didn't go over the wall, but he's seen that tire pile at Pit Road 3 times.
Yeah,
anyways. But usually somebody flips over right there when they get 3 wide. This time they went over the end of the wall. I mean, I hope they put fence up over there. I mean, that's I'm surprised there wasn't any, but it is what it is. They did so many improvements to the track this year.
So many.
Oh goodness, I just can't even. You can't even list them all. There's so many things they did, from lighting to the speaker system, the track.
Turn 3 is
Turn three.
amazing. Turn 3 is
Forsyth
amazing.
Place is just unreal. I mean, there's all kinds of people up there now. Now when we're racing, we can actually see people.
Sure.
3/4 of the way around the track, which is pretty neat. See people cheering you on.
Yeah.
Or booing you. Either way, I don't care. I'm happy.
Gosh, it would have been nice if the turn 3 was done a long time ago. You know what I'm saying?
I think a lot of the weather, the rain, got in the way of that for sure.
Yeah. But it's nice to get spectators over there, different vantage point.
It's
A track
different.
that they haven't seen ever,
Yeah.
really.
What would be nice is a big, huge billboard between turn 3 and turn 4, about 50 feet up in the air, and just to block the sun at about 6:30.
Yeah, right.
That would be nice.
Oh, my God.
God, that's terrible on that track for drivers. It's hard to.
Sure it is.
I mean, you can prepare yourself all you want, but it's still super bright and hard to see, and I think it causes wrecks.
Yeah, right.
Pretty sure it does.
So we have Corliss, we have Trampus Demers, and Scott Dragon, top 3 in the standings right now. Man, it's going to be a great race.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely
It
a
really
good race.
is. And what is it? Corliss with a 15-point lead over Demers, and Dragon, the 2-time defending king of the road, 17 points behind Corliss.
It's going to be a good race.
Yeah,
They're going to have to take Corliss out in order to get it from him, because he's going to drive the wheels off that car, guaranteed.
Isn't that something? And then we had that Cody Blake crash, so he's not going to be running.
It's too bad.
Yeah, it's a bummer. Happens though. Reckons racing, unfortunately.
Yeah,
My share.
I still think the best point race is going to be the street stocks. Jeffrey Martin. He came real close last year, and he's done it again this year, and he's right there.
Yeah, my money's on Jeffrey Martin. That number 8 car is fast. It's tied right to the track, and it's on a rail. So, Tommy Thunder, I wish you the best of luck, but
yeah.
my money's on Martin.
Tommy's a tough dog, though, man.
Yeah,
He's been in it a long time.
That's one
Yeah, he
bad
has.
Mustang right there. I wish I could afford to buy it. I don't it.
Yeah, he gets right in there. No doubt about it. So, are you thinking about maybe going to Tigers?
Not for a couple of years. No, I want to run a Mustang for a season at least. Get the rear wheel drive under my belt, because it's just totally different setup. It's totally different driving experience. I'm just gonna take it one day at a time. We'll stick with the street stocks and
One day and $1.
yeah, $1, more like hundreds and hundreds of dollars at a time. But it's my drug. It's what it is. It's what I love to do, and I love running the Lucier Lightning machine, and my only goal is to get him up front where he belongs, you know. And if the Saturn's not going to do it, then I'm going to find a car that will, and I'll build a car that will, because I got the capability, I got the shop, I got the talent. It's just a matter of time and money.
Yeah.
and I'll find that too.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. It's one thing about you drivers you're so determined, man. Very stubborn-headed. You guys you're in it. You're in it for the haul.
One
sure.
way, left.
Yeah. Right. So I'm always curious how it works with pre-race inspections and everything. Do the Warriors get that?
Warriors, not as bad as Streets.
But they still get something.
We get it, mainly right after the race. You know, camber is the number one thing. There's gray areas. Everyone runs gray areas. That's in every division. But Warriors are supposed to be stock and 100% right from the road, basically.
Yeah.
Put a gauge in and go.
Right. And a fuel cell.
No,
Nope,
fuel cells are not required in Warriors.
But stock. Street stock.
Street stocks, you have to have the fuel cell.
Interesting.
Yeah, race tires, fuel cell, more of a cage, front hoop, rear hoop. There's a lot more to a street stock, other than it's supposed to be stock, but it's
Sure.
stock motor and transmission,
Sure.
stock suspension, except for the springs. But we're allowed more camber. I'm pretty sure we're allowed more
Yep.
camber, both sides, left and front. There's a lot of differences, even between Warriors and street stock. When you hop in a Warrior car and go around the track fast as you can, then hop in a street stock, it's different. It's just it's different setup.
Yeah.
The track tires feel different than the street tire. There's just a
Speed.
Yeah.
Speed's different.
Yeah,
I mean, Streets go a whole second faster than a Warrior.
Sure.
Speed's huge.
some of them.
So my girlfriend is from England, and her whole life has been obsessed with rally racing. Loves rally a lot, more than me, and has always dreamed of being a rally driver, and has since learned about the New England Hill Climbers Association. And
There is a rally race that goes around quite a bit, actually.
Oh yeah.
And it's actually had a friend of mine that was doing it, and he loves it too. He's like, because they go through different towns and
Sure,
stuff, and
yeah.
you're getting timed, so
Yeah.
you have to get from point A to point B. And they built some pretty gnarly cars.
Yes, they do.
There's some hopped up Subarus like you wouldn't even believe. I've seen some Beamers that are just
Yep.
crazy
I
fast.
have too, yeah. And I've seen those Subies are amazing.
They
Oh
are
my God.
amazing. They are totally amazing. But I'll tell you, I've seen a Beamer that would just unreal,
Yeah.
unreal, all-wheel drive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I did something that I didn't know at the time if I would regret. But she's never done rally. She's never done hill climbs or anything like that. She's never really done any of that. I went out and got her for her birthday this past June a 1988 Volkswagen Golf GTI
All right.
16 valve with a cage in it.
Don't tell Sean.
Yeah, don't tell McCarthy. He'll be all over it.
Really?
He loves his golfs. That's his
I didn't
number
know
one.
that.
Oh yeah, this golfs are his thing.
Sean, you if you want to buy a car, give me a call. No, but it's an incredible car.
She's a June baby. All right.
Yeah.
That's good. Must be what part of June?
A 12.
All right, so she's a Gemini then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that
And
feeling.
a raging red hot one too. Whew, God.
Except for when she's red, blue cold.
Well,
What do
I'll
you
tell
think
you,
about Geminis? They're a sign of a twin.
we're
so.
just trying to, we're just trying to figure this whole thing out.
So you're
Just
gonna
to get it looked at and figure out whether or not it's, it's going to handle this.
well, if you put it together the right way, it should handle it. Buy all the right pieces and parts.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know,
Any car can handle it.
It's just
Just
a
build
road
it the
car.
way you gotta.
make sure you got good suspension.
Yeah.
You know?
Suspension and a good frame.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to have good parts underneath of it.
Oh man,
know?
those cars though. I mean, that's a classic rally car. I
It
mean,
is.
My God, I've seen some of those 88s that are tricked out, and they run them in the snow. Have you ever seen some of the snow rallies?
Oh yeah,
Have you?
I've been to one.
Oh, and they do
It's
it at
nuts.
night.
Oh,
they
yeah,
do it
it's
at night
nuts.
too.
Yeah.
We went down to the New England Forest Rally a couple of years ago. way up in the middle of nowhere in Maine. You ever been to that?
No, I haven't.
No,
Unreal.
I haven't been there.
We had to take a bus to get up there in the forest. You know,
Bus to the forest. That's kind of
I
scary.
mean, it's so far removed. It's crazy up there. But they had the big dogs out there. David Higgins and Travis Pastrana.
Pastrana. There's a guy that can scream on a rally.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. I mean, we were, standing there. Of course, you have to kind of sign your life away a little bit because there's no
safety.
There's no safety. As a spectator, you're standing on the side of a dirt road in the middle of damn nowhere. I mean, those logging roads up there in northern Maine, they go for hundreds and hundreds of miles.
It's nuts.
It's better watched on TV, I think.
Well, let me tell you, it was you could hear Pastrana coming from a long ways away, and you could feel the ground shaking, and it was like thunder. Long before you'd see him, and then, they try to get the crowd back a little bit, and here he'd come sideways, going 90 miles an hour on a dirt road.
Screaming now.
Screaming. Oh, yeah.
All you see is a glare almost.
Oh, it was an experience we'll never forget, and the dirt kick up and stones flying, and I mean, he'd go by, and it was a beautiful sunny day, blue sky. It was nighttime. I mean, all the dust and dirt coming down, and
right.
I mean, just you talk about bitten by the bug. That was it.
So he goes by, and then what? You wait for.
Oh, it's just, yeah. I mean, everyone's basically saying "holy shit" for a long time,
Right.
And then they're in touch with radios and stuff, so they know who's coming, and
Right.
it's always David Higgins was next,
Right.
and it was just as intense, and I mean, just to see those cars coming in, and the photographers snapping pictures.
Yeah.
And they're coming around these corners on sometimes on two wheels.
Crazy.
Definitely motoring, that's for sure.
There's always one wheel that's up in the air, always. And David Higgins dumped his car in the woods and ruptured his fuel line, and the car went right up in about half a second. It was right up. $350,000 car, I think it was.
Wow.
Yeah, it went right up. He barely got his harness off and got out of there. And of course, the whole thing was on GoPro, so it was on YouTube. It was amazing. Right. It was amazing.
I'll have to watch
Thank
that.
God for GoPros. I want to get one for next year's car as well.
Yeah, man.
Put one on the roof or something, or in a dash cam or something. I'm not sure where to put it yet, but I've seen them on the roof. I've seen them on the dash. I've seen them on the roll bar. I'm not sure where the best spot is, but
do you know how much you've spent on racing this season? Do you keep track? I see that eyebrow going up. My man. I mean,
I don't want to say.
Listen, we don't.
I would
your
tell
wife
you,
doesn't
but
have to watch the show.
Yeah, my luck, she'll watch it and she'll know.
But do you keep track?
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: do you know? You can just say yes or no. Do you know how
Yeah.
much you?
Yeah.
I know exactly how
Try
much.
to forget, but I know. It's a lot, between what my sponsors have given me and what I've put in myself. Probably $5,500, $6,000.
Wow.
Into the season, and I haven't even bought a lot of tires. That's just like six or seven tires.
Oh my God! What about you, Kyle?
Do you want me to even go there?
Well, it's up to you. You're not married yet. I mean,
Well,
I ain't gonna be either at this rate.
well, I hate to even say it because the Warriors have a $600 claim rule, and I'll tell you, I probably exceeded that about 7-8 times. That, it cost me $2,000 to build the car, and everyone says $600 claim rule, and you can't do it. It's impossible. Anyone can tell you. McCarthy will tell you. Eric will tell you. It's you can't do it.
You can't even build a cage for $600.
No.
Yeah.
Not and buy the material, pay for the welder, the gas, the power, the wire, and somebody smart enough to weld it together. It just is not possible. You can buy a used cage that you know nothing about for maybe a couple $100, but then you're still into the time it takes to put it in the car, and that's just the cage. You still got your seat, your fire extinguisher, your on-off power switch. the parts underneath the car. I mean, you're going to go out there. I know it's the Junkyard Warriors, but do you really want to go out there with a junk suspension under your car? I mean,
Yeah,
you're
right.
not going to win much if you do. So you kind of got to go through everything, changing your struts and your springs and your ball joints and tire out ends. And if you don't, you're the one that's in the wall or causing a wreck or totaled.
Sure.
For me, my conscience, if I go out there, I want to know exactly what he said. I want to know that the ball joints are good. I want to know that the spring's good,
Right.
the strut's good. I don't want to be the one to go out there in lap 2 and hit the wall because of something that I can prevent. It's like I said, it's a lot of money.
And how many seasons have you been running?
This was supposed to be my first full season, but I didn't make a full season out of it. Other than that, I ran enduros and ran a couple races in the streets. And just before Joe passed away, I had the opportunity to do it. So not a whole lot. I have enough experience, but not enough. I know how to set them up. I know that.
Now, who's going to turn wrenches for you next year with the street stop?
Well, I haven't really figured that out yet.
So you're looking for a crew.
I'm looking for some crew members. I'm thankful to have Royce's help, when I can get it. And
Sure.
I do. I did a lot of it on my own, even on my Warrior car. It was right from ground zero. Built it right from scratch. I had Jeffrey Martin build the cage for me, Chris Davis.
Wow.
And other than that, every inch of it was everything I did. A lot
Let's
of
just-
time.
Let's just imagine next season, you're running streets. You got Royce next to you. You're bumper to bumper. It's the last lap.
Putting them in the wall, buddy.
No, seriously. no, seriously. Would you?
No, I
No.
wouldn't.
Would you dump him?
No.
What would you do?
Go to the outside of him. If I'm behind him, I'm going to go to the outside. And if
What
I
would you
can't
do?
make it work,
Now
Well,
that
I'm
you
gonna do what everybody
now that
does
you
to
know-
me.
Now that you know he's going to go to the outside.
They have there's a common camaraderie in the street stocks. Whereas if you're in their way, they move you. I guess seems to be the way it works up there. And so, it depends on if I'm faster or not. If I'm faster or not, I might bump him and let him know I'm there.
Yeah.
And if I can't go around him, I'll do what I got to get by him.
But you'd be thrilled for him if he got the checkers.
I would be absolutely thrilled for him.
he's been waiting all
Yeah.
year
I
for me
was
to
trying to-
carry checkers flag.
I tried to help him so much with that 27 Mazda car. I spent, I did all new motor mounts, tranny mounts. God, what did I do to that thing? I did all kinds of work to that stupid thing just to get you back out there.
Yeah.
And then it threw a CV joint. Well, that was before I did the motor mounts.
Yeah, that was before.
But after it threw the CV joint, we got it back on the trailer, got it back to my shop. I changed all the mounts, moved the motor over where it belonged in the transmission because
Yeah.
it didn't have the right tranny in it, so the transmission weren't thick enough for what we had for motor mounts. So I made motor mounts for it and whatnot, and got him out there, and he did good in the heat race there. And then he went out in the feature after I got carried away and fireball Chapin blew it up.
Isn't that something?
Yep.
Yeah.
One more time, let's throw some love to your sponsors, people who have helped you out.
So one of my sponsors, Dave Cassell from DC Property Maintenance, right from Barrie.
Yep.
He's been a huge help.
I saw that on Facebook. You had a nice post.
Yeah, he's actually going to be on the hood again next year.
Good.
Very thankful. Great guy. He's helped me tremendously this year. Just not even on the race car, just real life stuff.
Yeah.
I got I got Valley Bowl from Randolph. I got them this season. I'm not sure if they're coming back next year or not. If not, I got a couple things in mind for their spot. David Robinson, I almost said his last name wrong. Dave's home doctor. He does painting. Ferguson Sports. I
Yeah.
had them on there this year, and then my buddy Edward Bowen, and then Store It All Storage in Barrie.
Great. What are you gonna get? Are we gonna get Tucker Machine as a sponsor one of these days?
Maybe.
What's going on, Tucker Machine? Come on.
He's helped me a lot. He's let me use the shop, let me use anything I need when I need it. Best boss I could ever ask for.
Cool.
Lets me out at 2:30 for race day.
That's awesome.
Yeah, can't ask for a better boss.
Hit him one more time there, Royce.
I'd like to thank Stefano Capello, Morse Block Deli. Man, go get a sandwich. You ain't had one till you've been there. Guaranteed.
And you'll
love
guaranteed you'll be back.
You'll be back. You'll be back. I promise. I have a hard time driving by the place.
It's not a sandwich. It's an experience.
It's a definite experience. And the Granite City's my favorite, and if you have never had one, try one. I'm telling you, it's amazing. And I want to thank them tremendously for all the help this season. JD Roofing, Washington, Vermont. Jeremy Jacobs, man, you're a great help. I got Rob LeClaire, Worcester Outback. He's always been a great help to me. He's like dad I ain't got. Kyle Chapin, man, he helped me out. Like I said, right in the beginning of the year, it was before he even thought he was building a race car. It was working on Lightning McQueen. And my buddy Donovan Parrott, my neighbor, man, he's been there every single race. Every race he's been there for me. He don't know a lot about cars, but man, he can change a tire. I'm very thankful for him, and I'd like to thank my wife, even though she hates racing. I love her, and I just want her to know that I appreciate all that she puts up with for me to do it.
And your number one fan sitting right over here.
My number one fan, Silly Boy Merrick, and he's my handsome little him. I love that little man. He's the reason why I built Lightning McQueen, and we're going to build another one next year.
That's awesome. Thanks for coming in, guys. Thanks for the numbers on the board here behind us. Which, of course, Pork and Chubby Rambo were part of.
yeah, that's all right.
Those boys surprised me.
There's a street stock in the middle there.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Thank you guys ever so much. I wish you the best of luck. Next season, we'll be watching you carefully. Good luck on Sunday, and just keep on keeping on, man.
Yeah, it'll be Milk Bowl weekend for me. Work Sunday, unfortunately.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But Milk Bowl Saturday and Sunday, if we can get through it, we'll be loving life. Then we'll
let's keep you out of the ambulance this time. All right.
Yeah, no,
that's the plan.
No ambulance rides.
That's the goal.
But thanks for having us, man.
Thanks for coming in, boys. Appreciate it very much.
Thanks, JD.
Hell of a time. I love having the drivers on, and it's mostly because I guess the way I just feel is that without the drivers and without the fans, there just wouldn't be any T Road. You know?
That's for sure. I mean,
It's
that's one more reason why I did Lightning McQueen was because, you just haven't had an experience till you had a mother and her kids flagging you down after you left the track saying, we want to see Lightning McQueen. I mean, my heart just starts pounding, really. I get all excited. I love it.
That's so cool.
I love that the kids are going up there to see me. I got people on Facebook